Hi guys, welcome to Plus. In this session we're going to follow on from a session we just had about a TV show in the UK called EastEnders, and we're going to just watch a clip together. We're going to analyse the language used and practice it. Yeah, so this is designed to give you real English. Okay, so English that people use, and we're going to practice using this, and hopefully it'll be useful to you. So hopefully lots of people join in, and we'll see who comes. Anton is here. Cool.
Hello.
How are you, Anton?
I'm fine. Thank you. And how are you?
I'm not too bad. Have you seen EastEnders?
No, I have never seen this TV show. Or what is it? Soap opera?
Yeah, it's like a soap opera, but you've heard of it, right?
No.
But you know it's a soap opera, yeah? So that's cool.
Because it is written.
Did I say? Oh yeah, okay. In that case, yeah, proper British soap together. In that case, I did write it. So that's cool. So we're gonna watch this together and practice using the language and stuff, yeah? So that's the aim. But Nihan is already there as well.
Hi, Martin.
Hi, Nihan. How are you today?
I heard the TV series. Thank you. I'm great. It's the holidays in Turkey today for the Labor Day. I'm at home. I heard the TV series, but I haven't watched it because the language is very fast for me. It's, you know, Britain accent is hard to understand for me.
Yeah, so they're very, very quick. They talk very quickly,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's not so clear. Yeah?
I actually don't like. How can you say soup series? I don't like it.
Soap operas, yeah, or soaps. You can just say soaps.
So.
Okay,
It's
me
a
too.
little
As
bit
such.
boring.
Yeah. So the thing is, the stories with EastEnders are usually pretty much the same. Yeah. So one person kills someone, then yeah, you know, it's pretty predictable, but it's a good source of trying to get some real English. Yeah. So some so maybe also insight into culture. Yeah. So this kind of house they live in, this kind of thing. Okay. So hopefully it should still be interesting for you. So Jane, you're back. Wait for it to load.
Hi, Maxine.
Oh yeah, cool. Just in time. How are you today? You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so we're going to continue with the last class. You were there, so hopefully it's all right for you. And Nicholas, yes, it looks better now. Yes, it's more people.
Yes.
Cool, you right? Okay, and Man is there.
Hello.
Good, cool. You're here. There's two of you. That's cool. Good to speak to you again. And Cosmo.
Hello.
Cosmo.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. I can hear you, man.
Can you hear me?
So,
Yeah, sure. Okay, is that your real name, Cosmo?
My real name?
Your real name? Is it your real name, Cosmo?
Name is Cosmo.
Cool. Okay, so welcome, Cosmo. Good to speak with you. Those who've just joined, does anyone know of this show we're talking about, EastEnders? Good. Okay. In that case, we're going to watch this darn thing. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to put a link in the YouTube app of this, just here on the left-hand side. Please, could everyone go to this? Okay. So please, could everyone? Anton's there. Cosmo's there. Is anyone else there? Okay, not yet. Okay, so just go into the YouTube app on the left-hand side. I'll show you in a minute. And I'm going to upload a video right now. We're going to watch this. Okay, I'll just share my screen with you so everyone knows where to go. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen with you so everyone knows where to go. Okay, so to watch this video, you just need to go in the left-hand side, okay? And please do not play it in between hand when we're explaining things, just because it gets irritating. Okay, so just go to the left-hand side, open this YouTube app, and we'll watch it together. Okay. Is that clear for everyone? Can everyone access this?
Yes.
We watched only the first few minutes in the last class, but so I want to play the introductory music, yeah, because it's quite famous, and then we'll skip a bit, okay? So you'll see London or whatever. Okay, so in that case, I'll start playing it. Shout out if you really can't see it. If you really can't see it, the YouTube app, I'll send you the link, but try not to watch it if you're inside the Hangout. Really, for those who are outside, we need to watch it together so we can stop at the same time. Let's go.
Oh.
Now we'll skip a bit. Okay, quick checkup. Okay, so now is it okay? I turn the volume up a bit. Is it okay now if I play it? So if I play it now quickly.
I don't hear anything. Just you. Just
Okay, server. Was that who was that? Server.
yes. Yes.
Can everyone else hear this?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, server. Maybe you just came. Okay, maybe you just came. Just go on the left-hand side. Okay.
Oh, YouTube app.
In the YouTube.
Yeah,
app.
YouTube app.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Sorry. For those who are watching, if they join, we're going to be watching the YouTube app. So when you come, just click on the YouTube app. Okay. So, but in terms of the rest, it was quite low. The volume was low. I turned it up. Is it better now? Was it better? Could you hear it clear enough?
No.
Cool. That's a yes. Okay. So shout out if there are any problems. Okay. So in that case, he said something funny. Something funny. We talked about this in the last session, but for those who weren't there, quite often in this part of London, they don't say the TH noise sounds. They go f, not th, but f. So that's that thing over there. They talk like that. And I said for those who have difficulties with THs, maybe you can say the f and just pretend you've learned in Cockney land or something. I don't know. Okay. So that's one thing that was common we talked about in the last class. Something, not something. Something. Something, maybe. Okay. Also, proper complicated, what we explained proper in the last class, and it just means really. So I'm proper excited, I'm really excited. It's proper complicated, it's really complicated. Proper just means really. Or what, and we say this a lot. So proper complicated or what, meaning there's no other option, right? Unless you can suggest something. Okay? Any questions so far? That's kind of where we left off in the last session. Who would like to summarize? In fact, Nicholas is the only one that can, really, because he was there for the whole thing. What happened in the first bit? I know.
Okay.
Do you know,
Man,
if you didn't come, Nicholas, I don't know what would have happened, yes? I'd have
Yes,
cried.
I know. There was a family, and you know, there's a slut or like a kind of tart or something like that. It's a very good neighborhood. Or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. So there's a
Please
tart.
help me.
There's a tart. There's basically. Yeah. So we learnt this word. What is a tart? Please, man. Okay. Did you pick up this word? Tart.
No.
Okay, don't worry. So you'll see. I'll show you. I'll stop the video when you can see it, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, but for now we'll go on. Can I just ask if everyone who could hear could understand enough? Yeah. Could you understand their accents, etc.? So Anton.
it's not difficult for me.
It's okay, yes?
Yeah.
Because you are a secret Cockney at heart, man, I think, yes? That's good. Anton, just
well,
take your
it's,
advice if you're struggling right now. Keep talking, carry on.
I think I will. Right now, I don't understand what they were talking, what these two women were talking about. But that's because I don't know. I don't know this movie, this soap.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple of minutes I will
Get
understand.
used to it. Okay, so in that case, I
Get
will
used to it.
give you time to get adjusted to it because maybe you don't know the characters and things like this. But yeah, okay. So, Cosmo,
Hi.
okay, did you follow and could you understand?
Um, Before the class, I scanned uh, this drama. Maybe I think they. Mm, I don't know. Could I say that mm, uh, they are they quarrel with each other because the relationship between the man and the woman.
Yeah, so yeah, this is usually what happens. Yeah, basically, I can tell you what EastEnders is. It's basically lots of people in East London with lots of problems. It's not real, okay? So it's not like a documentary. It's just like some kind of soap. If you know what this is, yeah. I guess you have these in your country. So one goes off with one guy who then cheats on another one, and then something happens with
Yes.
the
That's
cleaner or the
what I want
cafe
to say.
worker or whatever. And then what happens is that someone kills someone. There's a fire. There's a big explosion. The pub closes. Everyone panics. Usually this kind of thing happens. Yes. This is the kind of show it is. Okay. So it's on every single day, I think, apart from Saturdays, Sundays, and I don't know, one day in the week. It's on most days, and it's been going on for several years and years and years, maybe 40
Teacher,
years, 30 years or so.
I want to ask a question.
Yes, please.
Did the woman say? I heard the word triangle,
Yes. Yeah.
and
Okay.
did she mean triangle the relationship, the man and the two women?
That's a love triangle. That's another thing. I'll write this down for you. But here we go. Triangle. Okay, so a love triangle is something different, but all this is talking about is, for example, toast. Tea. So in the UK, we eat, as I said in the last class, here you go, here's Marmite, for example, for those who know this. Okay, so in the UK, we eat a lot of toast and a lot of sandwiches, yeah, like this kind of bread. And we can either cut it into squares, so, wait, like this. My screen, I'm not sure if you can. Either in squares like that or whatever, or triangles. Yeah, it's not a big thing. And usually, like I said in the last class, if people manage to follow, your parents would say if they're making you toast when you're a child, they'll say triangles or squares. Yeah, and the child would choose, today I want squares. Yeah, or today I want triangles. Meaning, I want you to cut the bread like a triangle. Okay.
Yes. And also I want to ask question. Other question. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Please.
I want. This is a drama about the. Are they saying British English?
Yes. Okay. So this is set in the East End of London, but their accent is very specific to this area. So, kind of the way they talk a bit like that. Yeah. It's very kind of what you would hear in London. Maybe like I don't know when you speak to a taxi driver or when you speak to if you go to a market or something. Yeah. So this kind of accent is popular in London. If you ask for directions, someone in the street and stuff. So this is kind of like a London accent, originally from the East End.
Did they just talk like the normal people talk in Britain?
Yeah, so these are completely normal people, but from the east. So of course, people from Manchester would talk a bit differently. Yeah, people from maybe my home city or hometown would talk differently still. Yeah, so it's just basically a kind of London accent, London dialect, but from the east. So you get, of course, the people in London who, I don't know, work in the banks who talk very, very well. You know, like this, yeah. So, but you also get these kind of people as well.
But they talk. You know, I just feel they talk so seriously, like.
Yeah. Okay. So they're quite they're quite not aggressive, but they're quite strong characters. So getting angry, for example, quite quickly, or they're basically the Cockney people are traditionally very, very strong, and this is why they are good at selling and things like this, and that's why they often, you know, have businesses or have market stalls and stuff like this, because they can really, really sell. If you go to London, if you go to the East End, it's quite an interesting experience going to like a market, you know. So I don't know, Portobello Road or whatever. They're all shouting out, "Go buy this!" And they're very, very strong characters, yeah. So which is probably against what maybe most people in the UK are like, yeah. So it's quite a unique culture. Okay, so that's just a background to it. Okay. Any more questions?
Okay, thank you.
Your accent is more clear for me, Martin.
Yeah, so I'm not Cockney, yes, that's probably why. But some people, to be honest, a lot of people try to speak a little Cockney because, I don't know, I think I had a listening class a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of days ago or whatever, showing The Apprentice. Did anyone watch this show? It was a similar show. We're watching The Apprentice with this kind of businessman from London who speaks like this. No, maybe not. Maybe that was some other people.
No.
But yeah, okay. So lots of people maybe try to speak like a little bit like this, even if they're from other parts, because one, it sounds kind of cool, and two, they sound like kind of strong characters, I guess. Yeah, and a bit like yeah. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's different, of course, from my accent though, and from Northern accent or whatever. Okay. Let's go. But in London, I guess you would hear this. Has anyone been to London? Can I just ask, apart from Man?
No.
Okay, when you go to London, let me know. Okay, so if you hear this, I hear this usually. If you ask someone for directions, usually there's a Cockney person around, or the taxi drivers usually are Cockney and very, very funny as well. But in the next class, if you were interested in this kind of thing, we're talking about the Cockney language, because they use, Nicholas, I think was there in the previous, they use different words for things. And we're going to learn this kind of language if you are interested in this thing, because it's kind of like a part of London culture, really. Yeah. So if you're interested to go to London or whatever, maybe that'd be interesting for you. But that's in the hour next to this. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go on. Let's watch this. Oh, this bit's too quick. Yeah, so even for me, I'm struggling to. I understand, of course, I understand, but I'm trying to think of words that are useful to you. It's quite difficult because they are speaking very, very quickly in this bit. Guys, did anyone understand anything?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, so Nihan can't. Can anyone else not hear anything? Bill can't. Nihan, are you in the YouTube? Oh, you are on the YouTube app. Did you check? I don't know if you can check your volume here or something. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but just if you see my screen.
In the beginning, when you play the video, I hear, but now I can't hear. I checked the volume, but nothing.
Because
Okay,
it
yeah.
stopped.
Oh, because it
Not
stopped, yeah, so I
stop.
stopped it.
Not stop, but when it's playing, I can't hear. I see the video, but I can't hear.
No worries, no worries. Is anyone else having this problem?
No, not me.
No.
Because someone else outside is maybe saying that this could be because for those who are outside, you can't see if the only people that can hear this when they hang out. But I'll send you the link, and I'm sharing my screen so you can follow, for example, the times. Yeah, so I'll share my screen. I hope you can see this. You can see at the bottom when we're starting from. You can stop at the same places. Okay, so that's here. But Bruno's there actually. Bruno says he's in the class. Where is he?
Yes,
Bruno.
I'm here.
Cool. You can't hear it.
I can't.
Are you having a similar problem to Nihan?
Yes.
Not sure. Has anyone ever had this problem? Yeah, before? Who could maybe advise what
No.
to do?
No.
The first time. I'll play it again quickly. Just tell me if you can hear it now. But you've checked your settings, both of you, yes? And Nihan has. Have you, Bruno? Checked your settings?
Sorry.
Have you checked your audio settings, so the volume and things?
But I can hear you.
Oh yeah, of course.
I can hear you.
I
as
mean,
well.
on the YouTube apps, there's a volume thing here.
Yes. I've checked it before. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, I have no idea. Yeah. So, can anyone advise? Okay, we'll try again. See if you can hear this bit. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear now, Bruno.
Yes.
Nihan.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. No worries. And let's continue. Okay. So let's summarize that because that's very, very tricky to understand. They didn't really say anything that I'd say that is particularly useful to you. Yeah. So I missed that one. Anton. Okay. Did you follow anything?
Well, I only heard the last sentence, and the previous moments I just heard some words, but I don't know what the whole thing. What are they discussing?
No worries at all. But could you kind of get the gist from maybe the body language and stuff like that?
Not really.
Not so. No, it's not so easy actually. Bill, can you hear it?
I'm sorry, but I cannot hear anything. I can hear, but I don't understand.
Understand? Yeah, that's
too low and too fast.
No worries. Okay, so what I'll do is every time I hear something useful that we say, I will stop and I'll explain it. Okay, but just try it and focus your listening. This is very, very tricky. So I understand that you probably would not understand maybe 50% at least of this, yeah. But the idea is just so you hear kind of normal people speaking with each other, rather than kind of like English teachers speaking, yeah. So so you hear how people interact, and also maybe cultural things like expressions, yeah, things like that. So that's the aim. I understand it's a bit tricky, but don't worry too much if you don't understand. It's just trying to push you a bit. I'll explain any useful words or any jokes or anything as we go along. Okay, so Bruno, is that okay for you now?
Yes, sure.
Cool. Any more questions or problems?
Teacher, I'm Cosmo.
Yeah, Cosmo, yes, please.
I just can understand one word, divorce. I'm sure divorce.
Yeah.
That word. But if I think the woman.
Subtitles actually. That's a very good idea.
Her face is serious. I think she is she's suggesting something to that man.
Yeah. So they're always
She's
like
sarcastic.
Then yeah, they're never. I don't know. For me, I find Cockney people always stressed. Yeah. So always something going on. Yes. I guess that's probably a bit like London. Like in London, always like really serious. Yeah. Even negotiating friendships and whatever. But generally they are quite friendly people. Just maybe you wouldn't see it from this. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so in fact that is a very, very good idea, Jane. I've taken note of it. Subtitles would be a lot better. Yeah, so maybe I think if I find one with subtitles, but I don't think I don't know. We'll carry on and we'll see how it goes, okay? But again, I'll stop at regular intervals. In that section, there wasn't really anything that you need to know in terms of words. Okay, so it's not due, yeah? As in, what does that mean? When something is due?
Kind of Islam or Greece or Jew.
It's due. Oh, no, not written, yeah? It's not a Jew, yeah? What kind of sentence? Okay, it's not a Jew, yeah? So it what? Okay, so, yeah, it's not...
Maybe it's greedy, something like... No?
It's... Okay, so it's not due. They're talking about rent. So this guy owns property. So he is a landlord, what we call a landlord. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
A landlord is the owner of property that it's their business to make money from renting out apartments, renting out houses. Okay? And he wants to collect the rent. Someone hasn't paid the rent. Rent is due to him, meaning someone owes him rent. Yeah? So to owe.
How do you spell it?
It's done. So to owe someone something, I owe you money. Money is due to you, meaning I should pay you money. So,
Yeah.
okay. So the rent is due. We often say this. Oh, when's the rent due? Well, usually the rent is due at the end of the month, on the 30th, yeah, of the month. Yeah, that's when the rent is due. That's when you should pay the rent. Nothing to do with Jewish people, okay?
Yes.
How do you spell Jew?
Jew.
D-U-E or something else?
D-U-E.
Okay.
I guess
okay.
it's Jew. Yeah, but it does sound like it. I understand where you got that then. Okay, so the rent is due. You could say, the payment is due. So, I don't know, if Anton does a dodgy deal with Nicholas, I don't know what dodgy deal it could be. You could say, well, the payment is due, Nicholas, on this date. That's when you should pay the money. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
Teacher, is the man is borrowing money from the woman?
No. He's collecting rent. So he owns property and he needs to collect rent. So rent is what? Is that clear? Jane, what is rent?
Rent is the amount of money you pay to the landlord every month to
live in the
be
property.
allowed to live
Yes.
on the apartment of the house.
Yeah, so someone owns the apartment and then rents it to you, you pay a rent, you don't, for that money, you don't own the apartment, you just own the right to live in the apartment for the amount of time you pay. So if you pay 1 month's rent, this means you can live in the apartment for 1 month, yeah, that's the deal. But you don't own that apartment, you rent it, okay? So rent is due, meaning someone needs to pay him money. They are late with paying the rent. Okay.
And if a person is delayed 2 months, we can say we are 2 months low. How is the
in
expression?
arrears.
Could you just
You can say in arrears is one. He is in arrears because he hasn't paid. He owes you money, so he's like in debt or whatever.
Okay.
But there's another one, isn't there? What were you going to say?
I thought it was we are 4 months. For instance, if we don't pay, we haven't paid for 4 months. We say we are 4 months before or
behind.
Behind. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
4 months behind.
Do you use that in British?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay,
so,
thanks.
Probably because it happens a lot. Okay, so 4 months behind. Yeah. So we'll pay later. Yeah, this kind of thing. If you're behind with the rent or you're behind with anything, so even with your studies, it means that you have a plan. You have to do, I don't know, write your theses or whatever, and you've got a time restriction. And if you miss a deadline, you are behind on your thesis or on your work.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to be behind on something is to be late. Okay.
Yeah.
So, any questions so far? Man, was that clear? Cool. Okay, let's go on. If there no more questions. Okay, so that's to be behind. What else did I write? I can't remember. Divorce, I guess that was quite clear. And he says, I want the rent, yeah, meaning give me my money. Yeah, okay. So, actually, these people are quite rich. Just in this show, this woman, like the blonde-haired woman, maybe has £3 million, yeah, so maybe $5 million, and he has property and stuff. So although they talk like maybe lower class, actually they're quite rich, yeah, which is yeah, it's just their culture. The reason they talk like this, it's not about class as such. But these two examples, they're like business people in the scene. Okay, in that case, what else do we have? No other words. Cool, let's go on. That's a cool expression, whistle for it. So in this case, whistle for your money for all I care. That's a really good expression.
Whistle.
Okay, whistle for your money for all I care. Basically, I have no interest in what you're telling me. I don't care if they owe you money. So if you want, you can just go, yeah, for all I care. Whistle for your money, as in, for example, like street entertainers do something for money. So they do a performance for money. If you want the money, whistle for it. Like do some kind of performance, yeah? Like, and then maybe I'll pay you some money. So whistle for it, as in, you know, well, I don't care. You have to try something else to get the money.
Right.
You understand? So whistle for
right.
it. Bill, was that okay for you?
Yeah, I cannot hear much, but I'm trying.
No worries. Okay, so whistle for it. So I don't know. If think of examples. So Anton sells you something, and you don't pay Anton, and Anton says, "Why haven't you paid?" Oh yeah, okay, well whatever. Whistle for it. Meaning, you know, if you want the money, you have to try something else to get the money. I'm not really going to pay you, or I have no interest if someone else pays you or not. Okay, whistle for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because guys, do you have some kind of expression? This is not normal business practice. I have to say in the UK. Yeah? So people wouldn't normally do this. If they owe you money, you know, they're under legal obligation. They've got contracts or whatever to pay you. It's just that they're like, oh, I'll whistle for it. Yeah, it's just a kind of cocky thing to say, like kind of arrogant thing. Okay, meaning whatever. Yeah, I know we're under a contract, but you know, contract schmontract. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Cool, let's go on. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay, so any questions on that if you didn't understand something, and also if you want some explanation?
What job are they talking about? About being a landlord? I don't think so.
Okay, so this girl, the woman with the ginger hair, she's a cleaner for the pub. So she works as the cleaner, and she was interfering a little bit with something. And to get out of the awkward situation when she was asking the other person, she goes, shall I start in the toilets? Meaning, okay, now I'm in a difficult situation, I'll just go and clean the toilets. Yeah, so this kind of thing. Yeah, so, shall I start in the toilets? Meaning, okay, bye-bye. sorry for saying something. Okay? To go over and see someone, to go over, we talked about this recently in some other classes. Does anyone know what it means? Yeah, I'm going over to my friend's house. I'm going over to see. Yeah.
This is to come over, just to
come over. Yes. So you could invite us, Anton. Yeah, come over when you're ready. Yeah, we can. I don't know, do whatever, hang out. Okay, and you go over. I would go over to Anton's place. Anton would invite me to come over. Okay, that's how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Jane, can you give us an example, please? Yeah, so can you say a sentence?
To go over.
Go over to. I don't know, your brother could say, or your sister, your sibling, one of your siblings could say to you, Mum needs some help or whatever. Can you go over to see her, so to check up on her? Yeah, meaning could you go round to the house and make sure everything's okay? Yeah, so go over is just to go kind of to, actually. Go to your mum's house. Go over to your mother's house. Okay?
You know, I only met this verb as to revise, to review something.
To go over something, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so to go over something, to review it, you're preparing for an exam, you have to go over all the topics.
Yeah.
But to go over to somewhere, I would go over to my friend's house to watch.
So it's usually used with to after go.
I'll go over to my friend's house. Yeah. Okay. Or you can say go to my friend's house, but to go over kind of implies that you're going to stay there. To go to your friend's house, you might come back straight away, but to go over to your friend's house means you're going there and you're probably going to spend a little bit of time there. Okay?
Okay.
So if you go to, but go over, you couldn't say I'm going over to the cinema, even though you'd spend a lot of time there, because it's not a personal thing. Go over is like a friend thing, a family thing. You go to their house. I'm going over to my friend's house.
Does it refer to like just like for tea, for meal, or you sleep there?
Then you'd say sleeping over.
Okay.
I think over's got the, like, you understand, you're going there to stay for a long time at someone who's close to yourself. I'm sleeping over. Because actually when we're young, we organise sleepovers with our friends. And that means one weekend we sleep at, I don't know, Fred's house. Next weekend we sleep at Max's house. And what we do is we watch movies, we play out midnight feasts and things like this. And that's called a sleepover.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if you've seen American films or whatever. This is common in America where, you know, they cook brownies or whatever. They stay at each other's house and they camp out. They like camp in the living room. When I was younger, me and my friends used to build dens, okay? And do you know what a den is?
Yes.
So with blankets, yeah, you build some kind of like tent or something in the living room. Yeah, and that would be a sleepover. And it's usually at the weekend.
Okay.
In like 11 or something. Okay, so that would be a sleepover. But if I was going just for tea, for dinner, I'm going over to my friend's house for dinner. I'm going over to my friend's house to watch a movie. I'm going over to my friend's house to do our homework.
I see. I see.
Cool. Okay, shout out if it's not clear. If not, we'll go to the next one. Let's go on. Okay, shall I start on the toilets? I told you about that means. Start on the toilets, meaning when you're doing a job, you'd say start with something. So shall I start on preparing the accounts? Shall I start on going through the CVs? Shall I start on, meaning shall I make a start? Shall I begin with doing something?
Of course.
To make a start, that's okay. Make a start. We usually say to make a start. Shall I make a start? Shall we make a start? At a conference, they'll say, if everyone's comfortable, we'll make a start. Okay?
Yeah.
Clear? Cool.
Okay.
Let's go on. Okay, and here you can hear this kind of the T's. So sympathy, sympathy, not sympathy. Yeah, and charity. Yeah, they talk like this. They don't really pronounce the TH as well. They say I can't even do that. Sympathy, like this if I show my webcam quickly. Just like an F, yeah? So sympathy, not sympathy, but sympathy. And I don't charity, charity. Yeah, and they talk always like that, and they don't pronounce their T's right. They're always a bit like that. Yeah, a bit loose. So the THs are usually a bit furfurty. I'm thinking I will, yeah, eat some, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking rather than thinking. Okay, that's very common. Guys, did you understand that section?
No.
No worries, no worries. Cosmo, okay, are you following this, Cosmo?
Teacher, is the woman complaining about something?
Yeah, so probably. No. Yeah, so she's complaining, and he's saying, "What? I know you need the money." Yeah, so it's some kind of money problem. Okay. So I know you need the money, but then they're talking about this. Don't worry in terms of the content, because this show, you really need to watch several shows before you understand what's going on, because it's this kind of thing. Just focus really on what they're saying, the language they're using. Okay. So this is the thing. Is also what I was going to say to you, Bruno. She weren't. Yeah. Common people maybe have bad grammar, very bad grammar, and they say things like, "Oh, I ain't going to." We talked about this. He weren't going to the shops. Like he didn't go to shop. They use things like this all the time, or he ain't, he aren't, or things like that, and they get confused, and they usually talk like that a lot. For example, I had one at the beginning. I think I found one, but we weren't or something. I can't remember, but they get this confused, like the plurals and stuff. Oh, he is. They is, or maybe not so much, but they muck it around with the grammar and stuff. Okay, and of course it should be she wasn't, but they'd say she weren't, or they weren't. They weren't. She weren't. She weren't. Okay, yeah, you let's hear it. I haven't noticed so much in this example, but we'll watch. Karen. Any questions? I've got some expressions. To rub your nose in something.
To poke
to
your
rub
nose.
your nose in something. Sorry?
To poke your nose. It's like to interfere, to...
Yeah. Interfere. Interfere. Thing. And that just means you are getting into someone else's business. So don't rub your nose. Actually, no, that's poke your nose in it. Wait.
Yeah, poke. You're poking your nose.
You're rubbing your nose in it, meaning you're kind of enjoying it as well. Don't rub your nose in it. Don't get into my business and kind of like enjoy it. Yes, don't rub your nose in it. Don't poke your nose in it. These kind of things, meaning don't get involved in my business. Okay,
no.
You're poking your nose in. You're rubbing your nose in it. It's also, for example, I don't know. You say, to a friend, I failed at something. Don't rub your nose in it, meaning don't enjoy the fact that I failed and get into my business. That kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Like meddling into someone else's business. Perfect, Bruno. Okay, so it's to interfere. Guys, did you understand to interfere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, Martin. Hello?
Hello?
I'm going. Bye-bye.
No worries. Take care,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, take
Cheers
care.
for the class.
No worries. Take care. Take care. Okay, so also another thing they said, and I just did it there, hello. They don't say the H's, so it's like hello rather than hello, or how are you doing? Yeah, things like this. Let's go on. That's really creepy. Did you see that? Yeah, on the wall. Yeah, why would you have
Yeah.
that is not normal. Okay, that would be normal maybe, I don't know, in more countryside areas, but not in London. Why do you have that on your wall in London? You know? And also, the decoration, maybe the apartments are rubbish. But yeah, okay. So anyway, that's another thing. So did you? Well, I guess there was nothing to understand. Let's go on. Jay.
I think I got her intention when she said don't push yourself too hard. It's like don't try to make any effort, right? It's like sarcasm.
Sarcasm,
right?
exactly. This is another example of sarcasm. Oh, don't push yourself too hard is exactly that. And yeah, so don't push yourself too hard, meaning, oh, well, you're not, basically saying you're not working hard enough, and now you're making an excuse. Oh, well, don't push yourself too hard. Yeah, so it's exactly sarcasm, and it's very, very common. Yeah, so if, for example, they say, oh, yeah, how was your day? And you say, oh, well, to be honest, I had a day off. I was in the garden, I was drinking some beer, and I just lazed around with my friends. And someone would say, oh, well, you don't push yourself too hard then, do you? Yes, or don't push yourself too hard. I mean, or don't have a heart attack. That's a common one, meaning you've done something that would not cause a heart attack, and that is to relax. And they'll say, oh, don't have a heart attack. It's kind of sarcasm, meaning, oh, it's so difficult to explain, but I think you understand. Guys, for those who went in the last class, do you understand like sarcasm? And did you understand this? Why they said it? So don't push yourself too hard. Let's go to Anton.
Yes, because they she wanted to emphasize that that another person doesn't work very hard and doing nothing, and to emphasize it, she used sarcasm.
Yeah, so it does work usually when people are sarcastic, because to be honest, no one likes to be told you're lazy. Yeah, no one would respond well to that. If you're lazy, you don't work hard enough, people think whatever. Yeah. But if you use sarcasm, you're not being direct, but the person understands what the point, and you're using wit, you're using intelligence. You're not just being like the big boss going do this, do that, do that. Yeah. So sarcasm is used maybe to beat around the bush a bit, but still get your point across. And I'd say it's more effective. I don't know if I would respond to sarcasm better than if someone told me do this, yeah, do that. I don't know about you guys, yeah, if it's the same in your countries. So Nicholas, is it better to say, oh, if I said, oh, work harder, or is that okay for you if I said to you, oh, well, don't push yourself too hard? What would be more effective?
I think it's a funny way to say some serious thing, not to get to a raw maybe, but here we pass the limits. We use a lot of sarcasm, and sometimes it's not good, because you want if there is a lot of sarcasm, it's like, well, why are you going to be direct or clear or something, you know?
It's knowing where to stop ultimately, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the thing. And maybe there are too many people who are like that as well. Don't know when to stop. Yeah. So always being sarcastic. For those who I haven't spoken to, yeah. So Abdu, are you there, Abdu?
Yes, I'm here.
Cool. Nice to speak with you again. Nice to speak with you again, Abdu. And it wasn't sarcasm, I was being genuine, okay? So, okay, anyway, okay, so in that case, let's go on. Any questions so far on anything? And also, I don't know, you tell me. That's also common. I don't know, you tell me. Meaning, why are you asking me these questions? So,
I didn't have intention anyway.
So yeah, so I don't know. You tell me. It said quite a lot. Okay, so in that case, don't push yourself too hard. That was okay for you guys. I'll share my screen so those who are watching can see where we are. We'll carry on. Yes, morning. Okay, that's good. I like her. Okay, so to gossip about someone.
Yeah. To try to get information when it's not your concern.
Yeah, so it's just basically saying Nicholas goes from the class and say, Anton, did you hear about Nicholas? Yes. Oh, yeah, he told me something secret. Or, yeah, but Nicholas, you don't know if I do that, yeah? So, no, of course not. Bill, you're there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Bill, okay, so just avoid gossip about you, so you've just come in. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Good, okay, so nice to speak to you again.
Yes.
There's a bit of background noise coming from someone, but I think it's something. I'm going to mute some people at random. Don't be offended. Okay, so, okay, wait. Bill, we're talking about, what is that?
The gossip?
Okay, so I use some sarcasm. It's not as if we need to communicate or anything, is it? Okay, that would be sarcasm for that. I can hear some background noise.
From me?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Is that 1 second? Let me mute you first and see if it is. Hello. No, it's still there. Okay, no, it's gone. Oh, maybe it is you, Bill. Sorry about that. But anyway, okay, so we're talking about some expressions and some kind of slangy words derived from this show called EastEnders. Okay, and it's a popular show in the UK. Doesn't mean that it's a good. It just means it's lots of people watch it. Yeah. So, and they're talking in this kind of their own dialect kind of thing, but really using English that we use in the rest of the country. Okay, apart from some things, but all the things we've talked about so far is standard English. Standard. When I say standard English, not official English in the textbooks, but English that we would say with our friends and family and colleagues and stuff. Okay, so to gossip about someone, that was quite clear. To talk about someone behind their back, was that clear, Bill?
Yes, I think gossip is talk behind someone's back.
Yeah. So it's just to, I don't know, Jane. Are you a gossiper? Do you like to gossip?
I hate gossip.
I don't believe you.
Janie, come on.
Yes, I hate.
Jane, do you really hate to gossip?
Chiefly if I am the subject of the gossip.
Okay, but if I was the subject, or I don't know, Bruno was the subject of your gossip, do you like to talk about other people?
Not much. I try to avoid gossip.
Okay. So
make a mess. You lose friends because of gossip.
If you tell them directly, of course, yeah. So if you say directly to someone, then you're too soon. But okay, so does anyone gossip? Okay, so usually we say generally women like to gossip more than men, but that's just a generalization. Is it true, Anton? Do you like to gossip?
Oh well, I think that sometimes I like to know some details about people, but I don't prefer to spread these details. I don't usually tell.
You like hearing them, but you don't spread them. Yeah, so keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
That's cool. Servet, are you a gossiper, a gossip king?
Gossip king? No.
Yes.
No, I don't like it.
It's
something very unacceptable in the culture generally, but people do it. It's kind of inevitable, but it's not acceptable in my opinion and in my culture. Actually, everywhere it's not good.
But particularly, yeah. So that's the thing, yeah. So it's not good to talk behind people's backs and stuff. Okay, so that's a shame. I was going to ask someone to give us some gossip. Yes, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's go on with this. So that's to gossip. Let's continue watching. No one else has joined, so that's fine. Okay, let's go. I really like this woman. She's kind of
Yeah,
like,
me too. She's so sarcastic. Morning, let's say it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you say, man.
Yeah, this happens. Okay, so let's go back a bit to watch this woman a bit more. I like her. Did you understand what she said there?
No.
Or what she meant? So what happens in these shops is that usually because they're community shops, they're kind of like lots of people go in there to gossip. Actually, what's happening in the local town or the local district.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Oh, did you hear? Oh, yeah. So I saw that Susan's husband, didn't get home, and they gossip to each other. And the people who work in these shops, and I used to work in one of these shops when I was at school, like on the weekends or whatever. And it's true, you hear so much stuff, and you find out stuff that you really, really don't want to know about people. And just because people gossip, and it's like it's kind of small talk, but it goes a bit bigger. And the owner of the shop usually is like the gossip queen because, of course, she sees everyone. And she hears lots of information about other people, and she kind of like, she hears about Fred. Fred comes in the next day, and she knows, about he had maybe a mistress going into the door and stuff like that. So it's like a center for gossip, yeah, the gossip center, so to speak. And she was gossiping about her own staff. So she's the owner of the shop, and this dark-skinned lady is the worker for this woman. And the boss was actually gossiping about her, but it backfired. What does this mean when something backfires?
Backfires is when you do something against somebody else, but it affects you instead of the other person. It affects you. Backfires.
Yeah. Okay, so backfires. Basically, she thought she'd gossip just because it was entertaining. She thought maybe it would cause damage to her reputation, but actually she became famous as a result. Okay, so it backfired, it worked out, it was successful when people thought it would kind of fail, yeah? To have the opposite effect to the one intended, perfect. Okay, we have no more time. Any more questions, guys?
When she said something like the gossiping, she said something like "be successful." Could she have said like why don't you try to get information to be successful or something like that? No.
I'm not sure, yeah, so I can't remember. Let's go back quickly. Okay, yeah, no, she could only really say that. Be successful meaning the gossip made her successful.
Oh,
because there's some newspaper article or something. Okay, guys, we've run out of time very, very quickly. In the following class, the class immediately after is going to be a Cockney class. They're not speaking in Cockney, okay, in this show, because the rest of the people from the UK won't understand them. But the language that they speak, they have their own kind of language, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next class, just for your interest, if you're interested to go to London one day. Okay, so guys, that's about time. So good to speak with you, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.